Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be talking about on this week's episode?
Ryan, on this week's episode, we are going to cheer for the Amazon and then boo the Amazon.
Oh.
And then another reason to be terrified of AI. What about you, Ryan?
Tyler, on this week's show, I give you perhaps the weirdest Ryan's Vault of Sound you've ever heard and a hear ye that will clear up our road system. So let's drive on through.
Red circle.
Tyler, are there health benefits to being moral?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you said that very fast.
Yes.
As I've chronicled so many times on the show, I am deeply invested and just interested in the connections between your mind and your body, your spirit, if you will allow it, and the physical manifestation. There's something about that I am just stuck on. So when you say that there are health benefits to being moral, what do you mean?
Well, being a moral person means less stress in your life. It means less things that you have to remember in terms of lies and deceit and all those kinds of things, which just require our computational brain power throughout the day. So unloading all of those things off of our shoulders, it just brings us a certain serenity and peace that cannot be overstated.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that it's when you say something along the lines of, are there health benefits to being moral? I think most people would be like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But the idea of, I had a very stressful day at work today. Could you rub my shoulders? Like, or somebody going like, ooh, I could feel tension right there. That idea of tension leading to a physical issue is not unheard of. As a matter of fact, we think about it all the time. But when you turn it into something overarching like that, I think you'll get pushback from people.
Well, our information on the subject has only come so far. I would assume at a certain point in our history, if you spoke to, Neanderthals, I would assume. I don't know.
I think it's pronounced Neanderthals, Tyler.
Sure, yeah, they were very short people. And if you, at a certain point in history, if you would have said something along the lines of, hey, if you massage these parts of the body out,
especially right here,
it'll make you feel a lot better. You may have gotten the same kind of reaction. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably would have been a grunt.
And what you said is exactly right. The idea of being a serial killer and carrying around that stress all the time, or somebody saying
It's so stressful.
they were, what? They worry, you don't worry like that. You're going to give yourself cancer or whatever the deal is.
Or even a hernia, just something terrible.
Or hymnia, where we are not gender specific here. Oh, okay. The Neanderthals joke was okay, but
I tried to keep the show moving. Okay. Apparently, I'm just going to get a rapid fire of puns throughout
That's not a pun. I really believe that it is the actual pronunciation is Neanderthals.
All right, we can review, and if that is correct, then I owe you an apology.
Okay, I will take that.
All right. If it's not, I'm going to rub it in your short ass face.
This has got off to a contentious start. I'm not sure. You know what? We have a cop and robber dynamic going on here. And speaking of which, I think that we should let people know right here from the very beginning, Tyler and I are again delving into the costumes.
Bringing the costumes back.
Bringing the costumes back, baby, in a very strange manner. So please seek us out on social media. Those guys _YouHate on TikTok.
And YouTube.
Yep. And YouTube. Go find us and see how would you describe us here today, Tyler?
It's those guys _YouHate on Instagram and YouTube, or you can find us at those guys you hate on TikTok. As we said in the pregame, I am a very, very old school criminal. I have the horizontal white and black striped shirt.
Sure.
I have the a terrible, terrible robber mask.
I disagree. I think this could be a vibe for you moving forward.
Yeah. As I referenced it on the pregame, I look like I would be picked last in an Eyes Wide Shut party. Ryan is just finding any excuse to take his shirt off. He's wearing overalls.
What?
And the straps aren't even covering his nipples anymore. They were at one point.
That is fully disregarding how incredible this hat is. But nonetheless.
And what's the word you use for it? The type of hat? The colorful... What's the word? Where as you, not translucent, as you move it, it changes colors.
You put me on the spot and I froze up. I know. Yes, it is. It'll come to me when it's not useful anymore.
Right. It's very pink, and then as he shifts his head around, it changes to the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's like an opal. Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
Man, I want to say Iditarod, but I know that's not true. So enough about our incredible looks, and let's go ahead and dive right into the Depression Index. I don't know when to talk. I can't hear it.
No one cares.
What the Depression Index is a machine that I built with my gay hat, and we crank it up to let you know how down we are. It's ostensibly a segment where we talk about mental health. Tyler.
Yes.
How you doing this week, my bro?
I'm good, buddy. This week has been pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think you're lying. I think you're in a deep depression and you just won't admit it to me. This has nothing to do with the show.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Why
do you keep trying to force this on me?
Why is our relationship breaking down, Tyler? I feel like you're drifting away from me.
Because you keep trying to press this. Excuse me. You keep trying to press this depression on me, and I keep telling you, I'm just tired. I feel fine.
No, fine. Well, at least the tired came out. Now we're figuring it out. All right. I'll leave you alone. You look sad.
I don't believe you.
You know what it is, and this is my own issue, is that I feel like an empath, and when it's with somebody that I really love and I really connect with, even just hearing like, yeah, I'm a little tired, I'm just not feeling it. I don't know, man. I want to, just so you know that I'm there for you, and I just want to make sure you're okay.
And I appreciate it. And maybe I am down and I don't even notice it.
Thank you.
Maybe you're noticing something that I don't notice.
Thank you.
But I can only give you my perspective of it. And
give into it.
I feel just give into sadness.
Just give into it, please.
Got you. This is the worst depression index we've ever done.
We're light on index this week.
Where Ryan just is trying to force the depression on my index. It's fucking weird.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I actually had a really weird moment over this past weekend where I don't really believe in love at first sight. It's not something that love is a very complex emotion. It's something that you know, true deep love takes time. You got to build it up.
Not sure I've ever experienced it, but go on.
Yeah, it's hard. How do you define that?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, you have a son. Obviously,
we're working on it.
There are different types of love,
peaks and valleys.
But the love you have with a child is about as deep as it can get, as far as I know. I'm not a parent. Regardless.
Oh, for sure. That is that. I assume when you say love at first sight, you're speaking of romantic.
For
love.
sure. But as I said, there are different types of love.
Yep.
So I was at a party over the weekend, and it was called Emo Goth, and we were just wearing all black. I got to wear my fishnets again.
Could I wear this hat?
It was absolutely.
Yeah, it would have been good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
There was somebody took it to a literal point. It was emo prom is what it was. And there was this couple there that the guy wore a tuxedo and she wore what basically looked like a wedding dress, and they covered themselves in what I hope was fake blood.
Sure.
And it was wild the way that they looked.
That's good though.
Yeah, no, it was great.
That's buying in.
It was great. So anyway, I'm standing at the bar and I am so drunk at this point because of course my luck would be that this would happen as I'm drunk instead of it happening when I'm sober.
I think I'm more likely to fall in love at first sight when I'm drunk. Could you stop playing with your mask?
It's so annoying.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. Less so now. And anyway, I turned around and there was this person behind me, this woman behind me.
Okay. I wanted a gender, so thank you.
Sure. And it just, you ever been in that situation where I turned around and we made eye contact and it seriously hit me so fucking hard that my jaw didn't drop, but I froze for a split second.
I've had that experience one time when I would say probably in my early 20s is the only time that I ever saw somebody, and I don't know if it's physical. They were too far away for our chemicals to be reacting, but it was probably the only time where I ever experienced that, like, I've never felt this way before.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, and I even spoke to her like I
miss you, Nina.
I'm a very I'm a shy person in those moments.
Sure.
And I was so struck that I blurted out like, "Hey, I'm Tyler."
But that's good though.
No, for sure. Yeah. But it was one of those moments where like almost like if you were to see a rattlesnake, you'd go, "Ah,
Tyler! I like your rattle. I'm not looking at it. I just like it."
And I was like, "Hey, I'm Tyler," and we shook hands, and she introduced herself, and then I just scurried away back into the crowd because I was so scared.
Yeah, went and hid under a rock.
So it was a very magical moment. I honestly cannot get her out of my mind.
Wow.
I'm hoping it will die down because it sucks. I should have just, said something more. But nevertheless, it was a very wild experience.
Those chemicals right there in that kind of moment can be, especially if you've conditioned yourself over time, they can be panic inducing. They can be like, all of a sudden you're like, I've got to say the right thing. I've got to be charming, which is a terrible way to be charming.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, and as I said, I was drunk, so I was not exactly in my most cogent state. She said her name was Benny, which I've never heard a woman who has the name Benny, but I wasn't complaining. Sure. Who am
Benny,
I to
if you're out there, we're looking for you.
Yeah, Craigslist doesn't really exist on that level anymore, so consider this a misconnections. If your name is Benny and you stumble across a random podcast, namely this one, meet me on the park bench on 52nd and 3rd.
And we're going to fight. Even if it's not the Benny that he's talking about. If your name is Benny, get in touch with us. Let's see if we can make a connection.
So many weirdos are going to show up.
It's Benny Hill. We have fun.
So this week...
Or Nina. I mean, if Nina's out there, I miss you. I mean, love you, baby.
So this week, I would say I'm a dead neutral. I will say I am at a 5.
Spin
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tyler! Benny, you coy little bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope to run into her again at a future event. We'll see that.
Hey, maybe it's in the cosmos.
Yeah.
I, being the cosmic police officer, maybe I could put that together.
You could be a cosmic police officer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And maybe somewhere out in the universe, you're far less gay.
I think that all possibilities are out there, but still find that very hard to believe. I don't know what I would do with my time.
In an infinite universe, no way.
I mean, there's only so many parallel universes. We've run out of space. All right, Tyler, gay it up. Well, you were talking about falling in love with a woman, so I am actually becoming gayer here. Do you know, this is like things get outdated as time goes on. Are you familiar with the story of the Velveteen Rabbit? I know you've heard those terms before. You've never heard the term Velveteen Rabbit?
No, I mean, I want to say it's scratching an itch in the back of my mind, but I honestly could not tell you what it is.
Fucking millennials, bro.
Yeah.
You guys have no respect for anything. You're killing the diamond industry.
Good.
Spending all your money on avocado toast.
Oh, that's because we have so little money to go around.
Yeah, and avocado toast is delicious.
It is delicious.
Squeeze a little lemon on there, but I digress.
Anyway.
The Velveteen Rabbit, which I did not, all I know about the Velveteen Rabbit is a quote that I've run into through years and years of being involved in the self-help community. When I say the self-help community, what do you think of?
Meditation, yoga, therapy.
I think of
like
kooks.
That. Well, yeah, of course. Who goes seeking out self-help?
People who need help.
It's the people who need help,
Sure.
of course, like us.
But the plot of the Velveteen Rabbit, tell me if this sounds familiar to you, is it's a stuffed rabbit sewn from velvet, excuse me, I burped there, who used to live in a boy's toy box. The boy started playing with his other new toys and forgot about the Velveteen Rabbit. What does that sound like?
I mean, everybody, anywhere. I mean, that's people,
Toy Story.
People get bored of their toys all the time. That's what growing up is.
We need to do an adult Toy Story. What do you think about that?
Would just be dildos and pocket pussies.
He hasn't shown me and him in a long time. I became Towley.
I was gonna say, why did he get such a high pitched
Always bring a
voice?
dildo. Tyler, grow up. This is serious.
Yeah,
this is
right,
the serious part of the show.
Tell me about this gay little rabbit.
Your mask is matriculating. All of a sudden, the left eye is getting taller and taller.
It keeps raising on my face. Every time I talk, it shifts up a little bit more. I gotta keep pushing it down.
I think what's great about the costumes is it causes us such discomfort. They're never good. I feel more comfortable in this than I ever have, if I can be honest.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I know about the Velveteen Rabbit is this quote. I had to look up the plot of it because I had no idea. So what the quote is, the rabbit is asking a horse about becoming real, because apparently in the plot, when a child truly loves you, you're no longer a toy and you become real. Okay.
If that applied to the Toy Story universe, that would be sad as hell.
Sure.
Because they're all still just toys. So that means nobody truly loves them.
That might be true. Hopefully they have not made that. I assume that Woody has never read The Velveteen Rabbit like the rest of us. So he's asking the horse, how do you become real? And the horse says, it's a thing that happens when the kid loves you. So the rabbit says, does it hurt? And the skin horse says, sometimes. But when you're real, you don't mind being hurt. So I'm going to read this to you just real quick. It might be a little dry, but it's something that I love, and then we'll discuss. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up? Ask the rabbit, or bit by bit? And the horse says, it doesn't happen all at once. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily or have sharp edges or have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off and your eyes drop out and you get loose in the joints and are very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you're real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just what being a person is. You know, it's easier to love. The more you love and the more you open yourself up, the more vulnerable you become and the more easily you can be hurt. But that's part of the magic of it. That's the risk behind it, which gives it its purpose.
I genuinely felt that as you gave that synopsis. I am chronicled many times on this show in my gay hat. I am going through letting go of the sheet of armor that I had erected to protect my gooey center. And it's terrifying and it's painful, and becoming real in this context is getting in a boat and sailing away from the shore, not knowing if there's anything on the other side. It's terrifying, it's painful, and it's the only thing that there truly is.
Yeah. We can live our lives hiding from this, and then I've seen so many people through like therapy and all this stuff that get to the end of their lives and realize this is all that they want, no matter what.
And some of the most destructive people, some of the people that we in some weird ways look up to, are people that are built on ego, and people that start fights over nothing, and people that are not peaceful at all. And in a lot of ways, especially in society now, these are people that we hold in such high esteem. And the people who are humble, and the people who are, if you really get down to brass tacks, have all of the traits that we would want in somebody, in a partner, in a parent. These are people that don't get any credit whatsoever.
Without a doubt.
And that's it.
Yeah,
that's my depression index.
Well said.
I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, Tyler.
Sure.
I don't mean on the show, I mean on this planet.
Yeah, I mean, trying to form relationships and bonds, and that's pretty much all we've got at the end of the day.
And be afraid. Run towards being afraid, and run towards being scared, and run towards being of embarrassing yourself by being who you truly are. Let's all, in the Haitian army, give everything we got to becoming real. This week, I am at a 4, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You always got to one-up me.
I'm actually feeling shitty.
Or in this case, one down me, whatever it is.
Like the totem pole. I hope that wasn't too long and contrived and...
Yeah, it was all good.
Okay. Well,
contrived maybe because somebody else wrote it, but you know.
I wrote the Velveteen Rabbit. All right, Tyler, let's just go ahead.
Makes me think of a rabbit made out of cheese.
Do you like Velveeta?
It's okay, you know, just whenever you say Velveteen Rabbit, it just makes me think of a rabbit literally made out of cheese.
I get it. And I will tell you, I love Velveeta. I don't believe that there is an ounce of food inside of it.
No.
I think of those pears that Mom used to make where she would put the piece of Velveeta on it. You didn't like that?
I hated it.
Well, I am sending this off to Mama Menendez.
Velveeta is basically one step above canned string cheese that you would just shoot in your mouth.
Oh, I think it's worse than that.
You think so?
String cheese? Like, well, you're thinking of
I think of
cheese in a can.
That's what I'm talking about. That is the bottom layer of bad.
Pressurized cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't want CO2 near my cheese.
But there's something about the more departed from real that a food is to how tasty it is. A zebra cake, as chronicled on the show. Love a zebra cake. Not an ounce of food in it.
I know. I want to talk about how much I love Snowball, but all the connotation that comes along with it.
Sure.
It's got coconut. It's soft. It's delicious.
It's got nut in it, that's for sure. All right, Tyler, great job on Depression Index. We are going to take a break right here, and we are going to come back with Ryan's Vault of Sound.
Hey, everyone. If you're anything like us, you've struggled with depression, anxiety, isolation, or any number of things that hold you back in life.
Or do you procrastinate a little too much? Maybe you've had trouble with self-control or even just going through a tough time. Regardless of whatever it is you're going through, therapy can help.
For me, Ryan, it's completely changed the way I deal with my problems. Even the relationship with my own thoughts have improved dramatically.
And that's why we're excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is so important to us because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area.
BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you up to a professional therapist in as little as a few days.
It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Go to betterhelp.com/thoseguys or click on the link in the show's description. Clicking on that link not only supports us, but supports you.
And we want to support you too by giving you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp to connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
Finding the right therapist is so important, someone that you really connect with, and BetterHelp has made that easier than ever. Switching therapists until you find the right one without having to worry about insurance or any additional fees.
You know, Tyler, when I first had my son, I felt so many emotions that I had never experienced in my life. Therapy really helped me figure out what was going on.
Well, that is betterhelp.com/thoseguys. Help the show by supporting the people that help us.
Those guys.
What if you're drinking during your responsibilities just to jazz them up a little bit, make them a little bit more fun? Tyler?
Because that is the drinking equivalent of just the tip. And as we know, Ryan, it is never just the tip.
Come get Papa Kiss.
You hate.
So here's the deal. And please don't do just a tip when we're talking about babysitting, okay? I've seen the internet. It is replete with those kind of
I was
issues.
going to say, that's how we're going to bring people in, baby. We'll babysit your hopefully 18-year-old daughter or son.
Those guys you hate. Guys you hate. Guys you hate.
And we are back, baby. Welcome back. I've had to take my gay ass hat off for this, and I'm looking at myself in the camera. Don't look any less gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, I give you a pass. Don't worry about it.
He gave me the G pass. So, Tyler, Ryan's Vault of Sound this week is particularly, do I want to say heinous?
Wonderful. You said heinous twice, so you might as well.
Do I want to say it, though? That's the thing. Let's just get right into it.
Ryan's Vault of Sound.
Probably unnecessary, but tell him what Ryan's Vault of Sound is, Tyler.
Ryan plays I assume, heinous sound for me, and then I have to react to it in real time.
It's exactly right. Now, this one is particularly heinous. It's more than just one sound, but I have figured out, I have had some sort of like a mind-expanding breakthrough about this show. If you want to talk about something that's terrible, all you got to do is just open it up to a broader sociological point, and then you can bring it down to the nasty.
I assume you're about to give us a real example of what you're talking about.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is it possible on Ryan's Vault of Sound that the accessibility of porn has adversely affected our personal relationships? What is the bottomless buffet of pornography in every type? How is that affecting us in society, in our relationships? I don't need to chase you. I could go home and watch, a guy suck off. I don't have to be specific.
Yeah, you're about to be, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. But
I don't think it works like that. Like I don't think there's a lot of people out there that I mean maybe some, but not a whole lot of people out there that are thinking to themselves, I will forego this physical relationship. I could go and have sex with this person. I'd rather go home and watch porn. However, I do understand what you mean in the sense that
see, I do.
Watching really
Before you move on, I do believe, I don't think that people think of it that directly, but I do think that it's like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go home and jerk off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in the general sense of like, do I want to put effort into going out and finding someone, or can I just go home and watch porn? Sure. But if directly given the opportunity to have a physical relationship with somebody, I think are picking that over the porn. But I think it can corrupt those physical relationships. I think so many people, I myself for the longest time, subconsciously got my information about sex from porn. And porn ain't real, man. People don't have sex like that, generally speaking. So it can absolutely corrupt relationships in that regard.
I would imagine it's changed the way that physical relationships occur in the world almost forever. And I was very quick to tell my son as we get into this age, hey, porn, that is not sex. If you're looking at any of that stuff, please understand that is not an actual relationship. That is whatever you want to call it.
They're actors. They're
Exactly
literally
right.
actors trying to put the best image.
Damn good ones, by the way.
On a screen. Damn good ones.
It's a Sasha Grey area.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah,
so
me too.
you know, you can always get me with her name.
We miss you, Sasha.
With a name drop.
And Nina.
Yeah.
So here is the situation, in not unlike gambling, the way that gambling has gone so mainstream, and you could do it from anywhere. I believe that these vices being pumped into our living rooms has very much, I don't want to say corrupted, but definitely changed the way that we live. All right. Broader subject come to a close. Now we get weird with it, Tyler.
Oh boy.
So I'm doing some research, okay? Because I care very much about the show. Pornography is a big part of it, so I need to stay on top of the cutting edge of how all these things work. What would you do if you were me specifically, and you as doing research in some of the back channels, as it were, you're going through porn and you run into something that sounds a little bit like this.
Hello, Ryan.
The fuck was that?
Hello, Ryan.
So
That sounds like something from my nightmares.
Hello, Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. That is a weird one.
What the hell is that?
That is a woman, and she is making a video
Okay.
where she's nude,
Okay.
and she, for whatever reason, is directing it to someone named Ryan. Now, this is not like an amateur who made something and they're sending it to someone. This is a seemingly a professional video, and I ran into this.
I want you to make me pregnant, Ryan.
Now, what?
That's terrible.
Now, what would you do with that, Tyler?
Immediately shut it off.
What if it said Tyler, though?
Immediately shut it off.
Yes, Ryan.
Okay, I understand. Hold on a second, Nina. Now,
This is truly terrible.
This is Ryan's Vault of Sound, and I expect for you to have a little respect.
I still have my headphones on.
I appreciate that. Now, why would they do this, Tyler?
Because there's somebody that named Ryan that she
There's a lot of people named Ryan.
deeply loves, apparently.
I don't think that this is a personal message to a man. You know what? Maybe I got to do some homework here. Maybe I got to go on her channel and see if all her videos are directed at Ryan.
Yeah, maybe she's just putting some feelers out and trying to get a Ryan, you know?
Want my dead pussy.
Ah!
Was he a cock, Ryan?
Is this
That's awful! That's awful!
is this a new low on the show?
It's pretty terrible.
We're just playing.
Brothers looking at each other in the eyes while listening to porn.
Make me pregnant.
Oh,
Yes, Ryan.
All right,
it's the whispering that's so terrible.
Now, her saying these things directly about her genitals and stuff, is that worse than?
Hello, Ryan.
That's weird, that one right there, right?
Yeah, that sounds like one of those cats that knows how to talk, make noises. That sounds very close to English words.
Just to be specific, this is not me having sex with the cat.
Yes, do it, Ryan.
I'm doing my
Come
best.
inside me.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I'll stop playing this.
Please.
Yeah, I will.
Sorry, audience.
I want you to make me pregnant.
Oh my God, that is so terrible.
And that is Ryan's vault of sound.
Yes. Yes, Ryan. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you can hear the rubbing in the background. No, that was too much. You can hear the rubbing.
I'm done. I'm done with all of that.
He's going to hit another button.
Yeah, I am going to hit a button. All right. So, Tyler.
Fuck my twitch.
Oh, come on.
I'm done.
Turn it off.
I'm done. That was weird. Do not bring him into this, Tyler. Do not bring him into this. I'm sorry for that. I don't know how to move on. Tyler, you have a segment called AI Watch.
Yeah, I got
Please.
it, man.
Oh, Ryan.
I got it.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Can't place the accent. I wonder where she's from.
I think the Ukraine.
Eastern European, I think.
I did some real boots on the ground journalism.
You don't say.
All right, I'm putting back on my hat. Tell me if there's any problems with the sound.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Hello, Ryan.
Stop it! I'm playing my sound.
Yeah. Oh, you have sound?
Yeah, I'm playing my sound. No, it's just my AI startup.
Oh, okay.
Got to get that baby moving.
Does it say Ryan?
God, I hope not.
If it's not, it's worthless.
Well, we got another AI watch. God, that last segment, it really put me in a weird place.
Oh, Ryan!
It put me in a weird place.
I didn't know if I should do that, but what are the chances that I just run into again, research, a porn that's talking directly to me?
Pretty good, apparently.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We can review, is that lady constantly talking to Ryan, or is this like that keychain rack at Universal where every video it's like, oh, Kyle, oh, Kyle.
Does that mean that you were playing porn in the studio so you could record it on the board?
What?
Great. Now porn has been played in the room too. All right.
Hello, Ryan.
All right. So we got another story. Another AI watch is when, AI is just on the move. Just stop bringing it up. I'm going to pretend like that didn't just happen.
This episode is taking a real angry turn.
It just, what you
I'm
just
sorry.
subjected the audience and myself to, you should be in the criminal outfit.
Sorry
is all
about
I'm
that.
saying.
I apologize.
So AI watch is when something new about AI has come out and we have to warn the world about it. A story has come out. I wasn't sure whether to make this an oof or an AI watch, but AI watch it is.
I said off air that AI watch sounds like something that you would get along with the Apple visor. You know what I mean?
Yep, sounds about right. Well, a finance worker at a multinational firm was tricked into paying out $25 million for fraudsters using deep fake technology to pose as the company's chief financial officer. So he got into a conference call with what he thought was the chief financial officer of his own company.
Okay.
It was actually scammers that created a deep fake video to make it look exactly like him, and have him transfer $25 million of the company's funds directly to them.
Oh, AI.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan. We are now on the cutting edge of where just facts don't exist anymore. There is no such thing as reality. We're all just kind of, it's just bait. Like nothing's real anymore.
No, it's other than what you see with your eyes and your ears, and who knows how long that'll last
This
for.
guy saw with his eyes and his ears.
But that's over a computer.
Sure.
I'm talking about like seeing something directly in front of you in real life. But at this point forward, what we're seeing on a screen anywhere, it can't be trusted anymore.
For sure.
It can't be.
We're way beyond that, and the implications, and I think everybody is now aware of the deep fakes, and everybody is now aware of how they can change voices and all of those things.
Yeah.
We are on the cutting edge of where, we talked a million times about how morality, there is no baseline for morality. I think that's about to become the truth with honesty and just what is real and what isn't real.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always been liars, so their tools in order to lie is becoming more sophisticated. But even I was just going to say, even OpenAI, they just announced, have you heard of Sora? The new
where you can make, instead of just images, it's now videos.
Yeah, videos. And
shit sounds kind of awesome.
If you go, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And
You've seen it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have straight like an hour's worth of samples on their website that you can watch, and you type in keywords into a search bar, and it will generate a video for you.
Seagulls flying over the beach.
And some of them have a cartoonish feel to them, and you can immediately tell they're AI. Some of them look unbelievably lifelike. And that's, if you go back, there's this really famous video of an AI generated video from a year ago of Will Smith eating spaghetti. Have you ever seen this?
No.
And it is crazy looking. It is nightmare fuel. It's him just shoveling spaghetti into his mouth.
Are you sure this is not David Hasselhoff?
No, and it's all janky, and you can immediately tell it's AI, but it's a video that was made literally a year ago.
Yeah.
And now, 365 days later, we have these videos that you can generate almost instantly that look so unbelievably real. What is going to happen in another year from now? You know, it's moving so fast.
Now we need to make, first of all, we can review. I need to see this video. Number two, we need an updated version. We need a new Will Smith eating spaghetti to compare it to.
Sure.
Am I right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the technology begets technology, and we are in the Wild West of whatever the next step is. I don't even know what to call it.
Shit's about to get crazy.
Yeah.
About to get crazy. Yeah. The time of truth and honesty and what we can believe with what we see with our eyes and hear with our ears, that time is over.
I agree.
Like we're done with that time.
I agree.
We got to get used to this shit. And that's it. That was AI Watch. So be very afraid.
Be very, very afraid.
Only come to us for information.
We are here to guide you. We can only speak to you through a computer screen. Don't worry about that.
And send us $25 billion.
Oh, yeah. And your social security number and all of that. We are going to take a break. We're going to figure out a way to monetize you, and
Yes. Fuck my tongue.
I can't even hear it.
Truly terrible.
Is it good?
Truly terrible.
Okay, we'll be right back. You're just jealous, bro. You're jealous you ain't got a port. Oh, Tyler. Nobody's saying, oh, Tyler.
Why isn't anyone begging me to make them pregnant?